At the World Economic Forum meet, and certainly on the sidelines in Davos, Switzerland, artificial intelligence, the future of digital infrastructure rollouts, technology at so many levels are some of the key issues being raised. We've got a wonderful guest with us, the Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw. Thanks very much. Besides being Minister, these are themes that genuinely interest you, excite you as well. One of the key issues for India going forward will be semiconductors. And resilient supply chains, obviously. How is that key to some of our future plans?
So semiconductor is a foundational technology. Everybody here at Davos is like, there are people, senior people who are really concerned about the resiliency of supply chain. Semiconductors go into practically everything that we manufacture these days. So there is a lot of excitement about India's entry into the semiconductor industry. People appreciate the focus on talent that we have done. The industry leaders appreciate the focus on design that we have done. People say that the first few steps that India has taken are absolutely the right steps. People are very happy with the progress of the Micron plant because within 90 days flat, the construction began. So that's something which is giving a lot of confidence to the world, to the global semiconductor industry.
Yeah. From a geostrategic standpoint, this is also critical, isn't it? Because the availability of semiconductors has been limited to a couple of countries. We have a huge demand and we want to ensure that it is available for our industry when we need it.
Absolutely. And that's why we have put so clear focus on developing a comprehensive ecosystem for semiconductors. And we have been supported and helped by some of the topmost leaders in this field across the world who have become members of the India Semiconductor Mission. So that is giving us very good, and today the interactions I've had with the industry leaders, they believe that this is the time when you can take the next leap. The next leap is basically starting projects to design some of the key chips that are needed in today's world. For example, for telecom, for example, for processor, for example, can you start working on your own GPU? These are the kind of inputs which are coming from the industry. That shows the level of confidence which industry has on India.
And so this is something which India would be able to supply to the world, not just our industry going forward.
Absolutely.
Indian designed GPUs, semiconductors, and a lot of that, displays, for example, going out. So it would also set up a huge ecosystem in India with the generation of thousands of jobs.
Absolutely. This is a global industry. What you design and manufacture in India can be used anywhere in the world. And given the geopolitical strategies and constraints which people are feeling all over the world, people have huge trust. The global industry has huge trust on India. And that's where Prime Minister Modi ji's work on the foreign policy and the kind of trust he has developed across the world has really played out. So that trust is very important.
So the issue, one of the key themes in Davos this year is artificial intelligence. But the question which a lot of people have back home certainly is that, if there is more AI, then it means that there may be fewer jobs or people will be retrenched. How would you address this concern?
There are two aspects of every technology that comes in. There will be transitions in the industry basis the new technology. So a lot of productivity gains will be there. There will be lots and lots of complex challenges which can be addressed, for example, climate change, for example, new drug discovery, for example, disease prevention, for example, getting earlier detection of diseases. All those things are, for example, agriculture. So these are the things in which AI can play a very positive role. Yes, there will be other negative aspects of the technology, like every other technology. When it comes, it will have. What we need to do is we have to see how can we harness the positive things and how can we save our society and the country and the economy from the negative side.
Regulation is important not just within India but around the world as well, because when we talk about AI, we are talking about extremely advanced systems. We are talking about potential dangers which we have not even foreseen. Is this something that concerns you given the pace at which the technology is developing?
Absolutely. Regulation of AI is today a very important topic discussed everywhere in practically every forum. Globally, there are concerns about copyright, there are concerns about the content which is getting created, there are concerns about racial bias, there are concerns about deepfakes, there are concerns about identity theft. So these are the concerns around which regulation is getting built, getting developed. We are part of the global thinking process. We chaired the GPay, which is basically a body of a very large number of almost 28 countries are members of that. And our thinking, which balances innovation and regulation, has been widely appreciated and widely acknowledged.
You spoke about deepfakes. I'll just touch upon it. It is a huge concern. The Prime Minister is personally worried about this. How is the legislation that we are now pushing out and the rules that we are now pushing out designed to ensure that people are protected? That's what you are basically intending to do at so many levels, whether it's children, public faces, anybody else. The idea is to protect citizens.
Absolutely, and for that multiple things have been done so far within the IT Act and the rules under it. There are provisions which can help us prevent any identity theft. We have also had lots of workshops with the industry, with the platforms, and the platforms are taking responsibility, but I think they need to do much more than this. They need to deploy technologies where deepfakes can be detected, and there are technologies available today. They need to deploy those in good quantity and good frequency. Time has come when the platforms should start taking responsibility for what they are publishing. The way the print industry involved, the way the newspaper industry evolved, similar structures are needed in the social media platform industry also.
So what is the timeline for the benefit of our viewers that you have set? Whether it's Twitter, whether it is any of these platforms, to say that look, YouTube, Facebook, that you have to now get this your act together. People need to be protected now. You need to take out what is fake.
We have to do it today. We cannot be living
Why
with...
the delay if the technology exists?
So that's where the social media platforms have to play a bigger role, and we are kind of continuously pushing them. I also think that maybe time has come when we need a new legal framework for this, because the legal framework right now we are working under is the IT Act, and we had started the process of drafting the new Digital India Bill, and of course it requires a lot more consultation, lot more work with the industry and other stakeholders. So we will be doing that, and hopefully after the new government is formed, we should come out with a full-fledged new digital regulation on this.
When we speak about India's own digital backbone, obviously security and privacy is key to all of that. Yeah. When you meet people over here and we talk about the India story, how is this an important aspect that is covered? That, privacy is key to anything that we do.
Absolutely, and people really appreciate our DPDP Act, because our framework is very different from the two other extremes, where basically there is one extreme where it's purely laissez-faire, right? You do whatever you want to do. There is another regulation which has practically killed innovation and absolutely created a structure which is, okay, everything is controlled. Our framework is a framework where innovation and regulation are highly balanced, and that is being appreciated all over the world. I also hear a lot of questions here in Davos about the development of technologies, and people are highly interested in the way our telecom technology has been developed. I see keen interest from many countries who would like to import it. I also see a lot of interest on the economic growth. The growth story is something which people really are very keen to understand, and I've had multiple sessions by now where Prime Minister Modi's vision and the way he has managed the economy, the way he has brought the economy out of the COVID difficult period, all those things are highly appreciated, and the growth story of 6 to 8% consistent growth rate, moderate inflation, that is being highly appreciated here.
India, like any other major economy, is potentially a victim of cyber attacks. These are external factors. Lots of, there's the dark web out there, a lot of actors who are present. Is this something that, you're very actively working to defend? We've seen, for example, power plants in the past be targeted, etc., etc. Then, there's that concern on data being leaked. So, could you share with us a little bit about what we are doing
There's continuous work going on in that field. We have a structure at the national level where threats practically running into millions, we are successfully able to thwart them. We are successfully able to stop them. And at organizational level, lots of initiatives have happened which are very effective today. We need a lot of change in behavior at the user level, which basically means some basic hygiene stuff and taking that extra care which is needed in today's world.
A final question, put on your hat as railway minister now. You had an interesting conversation with Swiss Railways yesterday?
Yeah.
And this had something to do with the pace of railroad construction, rail line construction. So tell us a little bit about that.
So I visited the Swiss Railways Control Center yesterday and had a lot of interactions with the top management. They are really excited at the pace of railway construction in India.
What is the rollout of Kavach now in India? What percentage of, say, passenger trains or goods trains or routes are covered by that?
See, the entire world moved to automatic train protection in 1990s. The governments of those days, they never had any interest in getting the new technologies. It's in 2016, for the first time, that we had a automatic train protection system approved. 2016 we did the first trials, and it's a the system approval process is a very meticulous, it's called SIL 4 level, SIL 4. So where you don't permit a single error in thousands of operations, right? So that kind of process happened. 2019 is when the certification got done. Yeah, and 2020-21 were basically COVID years, and now we are right now implementing it on 1,500 kilometers, and very soon we'll be taking out the next project for 6,000 kilometers.
All right. Well, wonderful. Thank you so much, Minister, for sharing your thoughts on so many issues. It's been an interesting WEF and Davos for all of us visiting from India. Thank you very much for speaking to us. Thank you, sir.